Hello. Welcome. Oh yeah. I'm Ali. I'm the owner and one of the attorneys at Goff Legal. And this is my child. If you remember last week, I said babies sleep a lot. Well, sometimes they also don't sleep. Hi, Heather. Thanks for joining us. So he's decided he didn't want to sleep the last 2 nights. So we're all tired here. That's okay, because I have some important things to talk about. And I definitely have some questions that were sent in that I wanted to go through. So if anyone wants to put in a little chat thingy down there, your question, I will happily answer it or see if I can answer it. Sorry, I just got the little notification that said, Miriam is watching. Hi, Miriam. Thanks for watching. For those of you who don't know, we do estate planning, probate, trust administration, Medi-Cal planning, probate avoidance. This is Oliver. He's normally cute. Right now he's cute and cranky. You can be both. So the first question that I get a lot, and I struggle with this a lot just because it's sort of a sensitive subject for a lot of people. There's a lot of judgment around it, and I think a lot of attorneys get pretty defensive, which is why shouldn't I use LegalZoom, or why shouldn't I use an online form filler, or an estate planning package that I got from Staples. Yes, they have them, in case you're wondering. And for me, it's not really a judgmental question. It's just kind of a curious one. Why would you work with an attorney? It's a really good question. So the first answer I usually give is lawyers are not paid to create documents. We are prepared and trained to help you, to assist you, to talk to you about your situation and figure out the best solution for you. And I don't think LegalZoom has the current capability and probably ever future capability of figuring out really what's behind all of the estate planning. What other things are really going on for you and worrying you such that you need legal advice? It's really advice. It's not just documents. The second thing is I've reviewed a lot of these documents, a lot of LegalZoom documents, a lot of other self-created things. And unfortunately, a lot of people fill them out incorrectly. It's not that the software has the wrong information. It's that people don't know which buttons to click. And that there are so many buttons. Do you know how many options you have when it comes to creating an estate plan? How many trustees do you want? What's your distribution look like? How long do you keep money in trust for a minor child? Do you keep it as a family pot trust until all the kids turn 18 or the youngest turns 18? There are just so many options. And if you are not an estate planning attorney, you might be picking an option that you actually don't really want or isn't the best for your family. So that's the first kind of big reason to be concerned about online documents. The second is, passive fire fun. The second is you don't really get the counsel and the advice of an attorney when you go to fund your trust. A lot of attorneys will know the key to estate planning and a really good trust is the trust funding. That's the second part. So you have all the documents, but then you have to have stuff in your trust to work. And so if you don't have things in your trust, if you just created a trust online and didn't put your house in trust, didn't update your beneficiary designations, and didn't retitle your bank accounts, then you're looking at more lawyer fees and you sort of just wasted the cost of a trust and you're going to be in probate or some sort of court hearing anyway. So to avoid that, best to get good advice and really kind of clean that up all at once at the beginning. And then lastly, I am a litigator. I litigate trusts and mediate trusts and resolve a lot of family disputes. And unfortunately, the ones that are ambiguous usually end up getting litigated. So if you have a trust that has ambiguous language or is not funded and you have a cranky family, chances are you're going to be paying a lot more money to a lawyer to fix all of those problems. And so I say you can pay me now or you can pay me a lot more money later. I really would prefer the first one where you pay me now and don't actually have a litigator taking tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars from your family just because the documents weren't clear. So that's the first question I got. The next one I got was sort of related, which is what happens after I have a trust? Am I done? And the answer is no, probably not. So once you have a trust, it needs to be funded. I talked about that earlier. If you have a house and you want it to be controlled by the trust, make sure your house is titled in the name of the trust. If you've refied recently, make sure it got back into the trust after your refi company took it out of the trust. If they did that, if you have bank accounts and you want them to be controlled by the trust, you have to retitle the bank accounts or list them as a beneficiary, the trust as a beneficiary. If you have IRAs and 401ks, make sure that the estate of your name is not the beneficiary. Make sure you have living, breathing beneficiaries or trust if you have a special kind of trust. Don't just blindly name your trust as a beneficiary of your accounts, because there are some serious tax consequences for those designations. So if you have a business, make sure that your business is connected up to your trust. These are all sorts of things that can go through probate. And unless you want to pay a probate attorney lots more money once you're gone, or once the first spouse dies, I highly recommend that you get advice now to make sure that you don't put your family through that sort of turmoil. So, well, those are the questions I got. I don't see any else in the chat box below, although I have to click this button because I'm really not sure how all this, stuff works. But anyways, I'm happy to help. If you guys have questions, please feel free to email info@gofflegal.com if you have another question you want me to answer next week, Wednesday at noon. And thank you to Oliver for behaving. Yeah, there we go. You behaved. Proud mom. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. All right. Bye-bye.